You can join in the debate, of course, on Twitter using the hashtag LKOEast. You know, they're running it. It's pretty difficult as well, isn't it?
You know, they've got Wickham, they've got Rotherham, they've got Wickham a second, who are absolutely flying, and
well, there it is.
And they need to stay where they are. Wickham, Rotherham at 10th, who've got a chance of getting in the playoffs, and they've got Stockport at the bottom, and they're fighting for their lives. So it's not going to be easy, Chris.
Where do you see them getting their wins from there?
For me, I mean, I'd slightly disagree with Dion. I think Rotherham are slightly out of form, so I think there's a chance for them there, especially being at home. Stockport, you can beat them.
It's a must-win, though. Stockport away is a must-win.
You know, it's a big win, but you know, they can do it, and Morecambe away.
And a massive one against, you know, another one of our teams, Stevenage, who are absolutely flying at the moment.
They are, and you know, you've got to tip your hat to Stevenage. You know, the way they go about their business is absolutely fantastic. And they've deserved all the rewards they've got this season.
Yeah, I mean, not a great result for them at the bottom of the table, Stockport. But you know, when you come up against a team that's fighting for lives, it's not easy, is it?
No, exactly. And you know, Stockport have matched Stevenage for sort of muscle and all their strengths, I would have thought. So it might have negated them slightly.
Graham Wesley said that he was very unhappy with the performance. He said it was a tired and weary performance, and that probably had something to do with the fire alarm going off in their hotel at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was that a mistake? Was it? Or was that deliberate?
Has that ever happened to you?
It has happened to me, actually. Yes. Good job I sleep in pyjamas, to be honest with you.
It's showed the rumours of Stockport players creeping out are unconfirmed. So
bit of a mistake for the second goal. I mean, Stevenage almost taking the lead there, and then just watch this.
Well, this happens sometimes, Matty. What happens is if you go forward, you think someone's going to score, you switch off for 2 seconds. And as a manager, this is the kind of goal that really incenses you. One long ball down the pitch, no communication between centre-half and goalkeeper. As we know, Matty, the keeper should go and clear everything out there and make sure the safety there.
They're not guaranteed the playoffs, are they, at the moment? You know, they're level on points with Accrington, who are in 8th. That's not a bad goal by Laurie Wilson.
It's not bad at all, but I think Stevenage's strength, I think the reason they probably will make it is if you look at the defence, they've got the best defence in League 2 now, so it's, you know, that's, if they don't concede goals,
can't gloss over that as well. That's a fantastic finish, very hard skill to do.
And they've got a never say die attitude as well, haven't they? And obviously Graham Wesley hopefully will be in next week as well, so that'll be good. He did a good piece in the Football League paper, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This
is the top of the table. As I said, they're level on points with Accrington in 8th, so it's not guaranteed. They've got to still pick up these points, haven't they?
Yeah, but you know, it's a great position to be in. It's like being on the shoulder of the runner who's winning the 400 metres. It's a great place to be. They'll be happy where they are, and they've got, you know, a great chance as well. Good, strong squad.
So you think simply because of their defence, though, that they've got a really good chance?
I think they can grind out enough to stay where they are now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got a tough run in as well, haven't they? Stevenage, you know, they've got Aldershot, Southend, Port Vale, Northampton and Bury.
It looks slightly easier on paper, but it's not going to be, is it?
No, well, I mean, you might hope that Bury might have done it back then.
Yeah,
so that could be an easy one for them at the end, you never know.
Well, fingers crossed. Time now to meet a very special football supporter, one of the best in the land, no less. Don't take our word for it. Hannah Beard's devotion to her beloved Southend was recognised at the recent Football League Awards. Sean Peel took a trip to the seaside to meet the League 2 Fan of the Year.
You don't choose your football club, it chooses you, and it's a love that lasts forever. Hannah Beard fell for Southend United when she was just 6. A seaside club probably destined to lurk in the lower leagues, but it's Hannah's club and Hannah's town, and it's all thanks to West Brom.
I just remember all their fans bouncing up and down, doing the boing boing baggy baggy bits. Just remember that, it just sticks in my mind. Because I asked my dad what they were doing. He was like, oh, they're the baggers, so they boing up and down. I remember I wanted to be a baggy and boing up and down, but I ended up at Southend instead. The atmosphere got me. I was hooked on the atmosphere and the cheering. I like to spend time with my dad as well. It was nice to just be something that me and him did.
Hannah is 21 and has Crohn's disease. Her immune system doesn't take care of her like it should do. She had major surgery 2 years ago. She's often exhausted, and she's been so ill sometimes her parents have to carry her into the ground.
Yeah, there's days when I just can't even get out of bed, but I'll make sure that the only thing I do, if it's the only thing I do throughout the whole week, will be to go to football. I'll spend my whole week just resting, just so I can get there just for that 90 minutes for the game. I'll make sure I'll try my hardest to make sure I'm there. If I'm not, I always listen to it on the radio, but I just feel, it feels like someone's kicked me in the stomach. I'm not there. I just feel, I hate it. I hate not being at the games.
We even had to carry her into matches and plead with her sometimes not to go, but she would insist on going to the football matches, and I really think sometimes it was the football that got her through some really, really bleak times.
She gets to all the home games and as many of the away matches her health will allow. Some clubs don't deserve someone like Hannah, but the relationship you make with your team is unconditional, and Southend United have got themselves a very special fan.
because it's a lower league club, you actually get to see the players, you feel close to the players, and they do blogs and things, you actually feel like you know the players. Whereas with some higher league clubs like Premiership clubs, you don't know them, they're so aloof and they just get paid so much money.
It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just want to make the world dance. Forget about the price tag.
Even if we lose 6-0, I'll still come back the week after. Even when we're 6-0 down at half time, I still believe we can come back in the second half. I'm always positive rather than negative, so even when we're losing, I still believe we can turn it around.
Crohn's disease means Hannah goes through some pretty dark days. In October, she'll need major surgery again. But the most important thing to her is that she doesn't miss too many matches.
And my surgeon's a football fan, so she understands, so she lets me plan it around the games. So she's good like that for me.
So the childhood romance that survived the teens has captured Hannah now in adult life. She's destined for years of hopes and dreams, match days and motorways and wet Wednesday nights in November, praying for an equaliser. Bring it on.
I have major surgery again, and it looks like I'm going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks. So, but I'll make sure I'm still at the football between 6 and 8 weeks. Provided I'm out of hospital, I'll be there.
Great story there. Hannah Beard, of course, the League Two Fan of the Year, and it's nice that football's such a tonic to her, isn't it?
It is, and you know, it's sort of keeping them alive. My mum's just said that, you know. And a young girl like that, young lady like that, she's smiling. You know, she's having such a hard life, finding it so hard to get to football matches, but still she's smiling. She loves going to see her beloved Southend, and you know, good for her as well.
I mean, you know, football fans are the lifeblood of any club. There's not many as dedicated as Hannah, is there?
Absolutely not. And I think what it is, you know, it's the same when you play, as you guys know, when you're on that football pitch, nothing else matters, does it? You could have any kind of trouble in your life in just those 90 minutes. And I think it's the same.
She could
for
do
a
with the
fan as
football
well.
team cheering her up a little bit with some performances, couldn't she?
Well, she's doing her bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this
They
is Southend at Port Vale on at the weekend, and had to come from behind again.
That's some goal, that is.
Yeah,
It's
Rob
some
Taylor.
strike, by the way. I think he might have mishit that one.
No, I mean, you know, they are struggling a little bit though, aren't they, Southend? One win in the last 10 games has seen their playoff hopes disappear, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's looking that way, to be honest with you. They're sort of 11 points off it now, so.
Nice story there. Luke Prosser, he was released by Port Vale in the summer, came back to haunt them with that goal.
Yes, it happens so much, doesn't it?
Often the
Happens so
case,
much.
isn't it?
Bet you've done it a few times, Dion.
I think so. One or two.
Do you know much about Anthony Grant in their ranks?
Not too much.
No,
No.
he's been linked with a few clubs, and Colchester apparently are interested in him.
Well, if he's quality, and you know, you can bet your squad with good players, and there's good players everywhere, Matt, from all the way from League Two, non-league, all over the place. It's just getting to spot them at the right time, and obviously Colchester have seen something.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's look at their fixtures this week. They play on Friday night. They're at home to Bradford. Coverage will be on BBC Local Radio. Fancy them to get something out of that one?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you know, I think Southend have probably exceeded expectations. If anything, probably had them down for a bit of a struggle this season. So they've done all right.
They're safe. They're safe, aren't they?
Yeah,
So,
that's all
they're
that they
absolutely
want.
safe. Yeah,
That'd be great.
into League One, and Peterborough faced a tricky game, didn't they, at Huddersfield? Came away with a point. Could have been better, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, always could be better for Peterborough. Just how many goals there? Just the one.
Just one this way. And was that a penalty? Craig McKell-Smith seemed to go down a little easily, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe he was lucky.
Well, Grant McCann dispatched
Put it away
it
very
nicely.
well. Put it away very well.
I mean, they'll feel disappointed that they've lost 2 points, but you know they're on a good run. Peterborough, one defeat in the last 13 games. Huddersfield unbeaten themselves in 20.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a point where Peterborough were 8th and shipping goals all over the place. So if they're in the playoffs,
I think that one was a penalty.
Yeah, that one was definitely. there was no question there about that one.
No, and Big Joe Lewis has come in for a bit of stick in recent weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Came
but,
to the rescue here.
Not this time. Not this time. I know Joe Lewis is good enough to play in any of these leagues, and I think they're very lucky to have him.
Well,
And that's why they've got him.
They signed a goalkeeper this week from Rushden and Diamonds, didn't they?
yeah, you may have spoken
Joe
too
Day.
soon, Dion.
Yeah, well, it got a slight nick off
got
the
a defence
defender.
on that one. I'm going to Joe's defence on that one.
3 points off automatic promotion and Southampton. You know, Southampton got 2 games in hand. There's the table. Do you think they can catch them? Darren Ferguson still believes it.
Oh, definitely. You know, it's one win.
I say Southampton have got it now.
Do you think Southampton have
Yeah,
got it?
I think they're
It's
away
hard
now.
to say that, Chris. You know, there's one win there. One win, one loss. What do you do? You're there, aren't you?
Southampton, I think they've won 6 from 7 now, not slowing down.
I think they're going to have to win. They're going to have to win the last 5 matches though to have any chance, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Even if Southampton falter, they might falter.
they might, Dion.
You
They
never
very
know.
well might.
Well, we saw MK Dons very much in that playoff mix, and they had a terrific win coming from behind against Carlisle.
They just keep going, and I think the way that they're winning games, Matt, is quality football, quality goals. I think to look at this here, great touch and a great finish. It's hard to do that in the box.
They have got a very good home record, the MK Dons. They've lost only 3 and scored in all but one of their matches at Stadium MK.
No, well, I mean, they've probably overachieved more than anybody else in that top 6 or 7, you would say. I mean, nobody expected him to be there, but Carl Robinson, you know, he's proved that everyone's made a big thing about him being really young, but he's proved if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Came up against a team in conference as well. Carlisle won the Johnson's Paint Trophy last week, didn't they? So,
and I mean, the resilience as well, to come back, you know.
Well, we
Just show good character.
Lots of late goals in our team's matches this week, and 2 at the MK Dons. That one from Angelo Balanta. I'm not sure about the marking, and the winner then from Adam Clayton, who's on loan from Leeds.
Yeah, this is, you know, look at the marking again. It's 4 yards out. You cannot do anything in this league if you're going to, you know, concede goals like that. I think it's down to Carl Robinson. I think the way he sets his teams up is fantastic.
Well, you mentioned Carl Robinson. He actually, after the game, he thanked the fans as well, because, you know, when you're 2-1 down at home, they can turn quite quickly, but he said that they were right behind them all the way.
Well, I think the other thing as well is if you play football the way they do, it's the right way, it's on the ground, passed around, the fans will give you a lot of time.
I completely agree. They're going to keep them there. They'll know that they can score late goals. They've done it before, done it again. The fans are thinking, maybe we'll do it here.
Well, the MK Dons seem to have cemented their place in the playoffs, and there's a team in our region who are trying to get into them, Colchester. Have they left it too late?
Possibly. They're 6 points off.
They're 6 points off with 5 games to go.
I think they may have left it a little bit too late.
I think a little bit late. Rochdale, Leighton Orient both got a game in hand. I think
Right.
that might prove pivotal. Rochdale in good form.
They've won 3 of the last 4, and we've said that Peterborough probably will have to win the last 5 to get automatic promotion. Colchester will have to do the same probably to get in the playoffs, won't they?
Yeah, without a doubt. And, you know, they have got some good players, but I just think they may have just, you know, it's a soft goal, but it's a goal.
Yeah, I mean, Ian Henderson said he scored the winner at Rochdale early in the season. I think he said himself that he's going to sign a new contract in the summer as well, so that would be good news. Stephen Gillespie, they're also keen to get contract talks with him because he's done well. I mean, he's been out 6 months but scored goals.
He's been out longer than that, really. I mean, since they signed him, he's had a terrible time with injuries, more than a year out, sort of off and on, so they're just seeing the best of him now.
Yeah, there's the league table and confirmation that they are 6 points behind Bournemouth, and as you quite rightly said, Rochdale and Orient do have that game in hand, so it's going to be difficult, but win your 5 matches and you never know.
That would be some run, wouldn't it?
Well, absolutely. One bonus from the weekend, John Joe O'Toole back in action, been out nearly a year with a cruciate knee ligament injury.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys ever had them, but you talk to players and you don't know if you're going to come back from that, do you? So I think for players it's just a relief more than anything else to get back on the pitch.
As fellow pros or ex-pros, should I say, to see somebody come back, all you wanted to do now is get a stretch of games and a stretch of fitness to show what you can do.
Into the Championship, and Ipswich made it 3 wins on the bounce with victory over Crystal Palace.
Did you see the smile on his face? There's a little bit of a smirk on his face.
It's nice to see you wearing a blue shirt there. Big crowd this weekend. They had the biggest crowd of the season, over 24,000. I think they did a promotion where it was £10 an adult ticket. And this boy certainly made an impression, Josh Carson.
That was a hell of a cross. That was a fantastic cross into the side netting.
His 3rd appearance, he scored 2 goals, and apparently he cleans Paul Jewell's boots, although apparently he always forgets. And he had 8 members of his family over from Northern Ireland.
Well, you know, he's a quality footballer. He'll go on to do well.
David Norris just missing the target. He wants a 3-year deal. I think they're only offering 2. Should he get one?
Well, he's been pivotal to them. So I mean, if you can afford it, you should. But you know, you don't know what he's asking for. You don't know if they can afford it. I think the bigger thing is the 2 centre halves. If they can get them tied down, they'll do well next season.
And Kieran Dyer has gone back to West Ham after his month's loan. He only started 1 match. Good finish by Paddy McCarthy, by the
great
way.
finish.
Do you think Kieran Dyer will return in the summer?
I don't know. I think Kieran Dyer may now be hopefully finding himself fitter rather than being injured all the time. And he needs to be. He really does.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the table. And they're top of the table. That's very
No.
Oh no, sorry, top of the bottom. Yeah, but no, I mean, look, no chance of relegation now, is there?
No, not at all. Not at all. They've got enough quality in their squad. You know, Matt. They should have done better this season with the quality they have, without a doubt.
And looking ahead to next season, no doubt. And just a quick word for one of their former players who retired at the weekend, Marcus Stewart. Been a terrific servant in football, hasn't he? Scored plenty of goals, and he had a great time at Ipswich.
Yeah, it's amazing. Everyone sort of forgets he was one of the Premier League's top scorers, don't they? Because he spent so much time in the lower leagues. But deadly wherever he went.
Look at the fixtures. They have got Middlesbrough at home tomorrow night. Tony Mowbray's team, of course, and so he'll be returning to his former ground. Reverse of the opening day. Coverage will be on BBC local radio. So Moving on, and we will go to your team now because they got beat this weekend.
Yeah, they did, and you know, I see the game. I was disappointed with the performance. Everybody knows how well Norwich can play and how good a team they are, but you know, this Saturday was incredibly poor.
Had a great chance to open the scoring
Yeah,
as
they
well,
did.
didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did.